Are we gonna get a little tour of the gym? Give you a little panoramic view. Let's get the lights on. How about let's start over here to the left. This thing is empty at the moment because we're at the end of the week and we'd run out of water. We usually keep some water up here for students and us. Some cold, some hot. Got a little storage down below. Storage rack over here, some of the gear that's hanging up on the wall. And the desk is a recent purchase. Let's get a wider view of the desk over here. The desk is one of the newest additions around here. And it gives us a good place to come work on our paperwork, billing curriculum, class plans, what have you. Got a little small storage back there. It's for some everyday stuff. Certificates up on the wall. It's my black belt certificate for jiu-jitsu. It's my black belt certificate for taekwondo. Black belt certificate for taekwondo, that's my sister's. And here we have some pictures some of the students have drawn over the past. Below we have some scales. Weigh yourself. Got a little storage place right here for some of the bags. Little first aid kit that's handy there. And sometimes we put our flyers up here for different types of tournaments and literature. We used to keep it up over here on the kind of the dry erase board, but we've taken that down and moved away from that. I use some of the dry erase boards in other places, but we move on to the seating area. And when we first started the gym 10 years ago, the seating area wasn't very much of a seating area. We may have had 2 or 3 chairs in here, but we learned to source some chairs. A lot of these, I think now, they've lasted well, but they need replacing. We usually keep our trash here at the end, and so the parents or whoever have a little access to it. More than we do. Little small area over here, little seating area maybe for the kids or whoever needs to come over here and do some drawing or work on homework or what have you. And we do have the vending machine over here. For those who drink sodas, some of them you don't. You can see some of the trophies that we've put up over the past. All those are my sister's trophies. Let's get you over here onto the mat. Here's a reverse angle from the mat. And along the wood area here, we leave a little buffer space so you can put your shoes, or some of the students put their belongings here on the front row. When we started, we had planned to put like a bench over here and maybe some lockers. You still see the trophies up top. But that's what was planned for this space. A lot of those plans have been delayed because there were other priorities in the gym to take care of first before we got to that point. And you see our storage facility over here. We got our pads, some of the agility equipment that we store down there. Got a bag here we use for some drills, some medicine balls. And we got the Kali sticks here, jump ropes. Mainly using the jump ropes when we do our kickboxing classes. Occasionally I've used them on the jiu-jitsu classes. About surprise. We have our tenets of taekwondo listed up here. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. And it has some of the translations on there. If you want to pronounce them in a different language, pause it if you want to take a look, or come by the gym and take a look. We put our flags up, and when we displayed these flags, I've done a little research to make sure I displayed the flags in the proper positions, because sometimes that comes up in some gyms. It's like, what's your priority? But to the right of the instructor as they're teaching, we mainly use this as the front of the classroom. Because originally we just started with this maroon mat that was through here, and we got the wrestling circle over here. A lot of things go down in this area. Sparring, competition sparring, just drilling for competition. It's pretty like, kind of like the highlight spot of the gym. Because we do have a circle, we use this circle to kind of keep people engaged in what they're doing. If you know about competition, we want action. We don't want a lot of wasted time. So running throughout the mats and avoiding what you're trying to do is not in the question. But back here, we got the stability balls. And we'll come out here and we'll use these in various classes. A lot of us to keep balance, doing different types of drills. I'm not dressed out right now, so won't stop me from getting a few drills in. We have our Triumph United banner. Shout out to Triumph United. They helped us out when we got the gym started. We got our clock up here. Some people don't like this clock. It's a popular clock from Tidal. Various time lengths on here. 5 minutes. Usually what we roll after jiu-jitsu. We've got the hit cardio, some timing here for the hit cardio. I think it's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. But you can switch these times around. However, the 3-minute or the third timer is the 10-minute timer. I usually start this at the beginning of some of the classes during warm-up phases, and it really gives me a good gauge to squeeze a certain amount of information inside the first 10 minutes. It kind of depends on what's coming up, and that's part of the curriculum. Number 4 here, we got 3 minutes. Sometimes it's a shorter round. We usually do the 3 minutes in the kickboxing. 5 over here, I set this to 8 minutes the other day because we were doing the Spar Wars. So we had a 8-minute timer and a 10-minute. Everybody chose to go 8-minute rounds. We've done 10-minute rounds in the past. I'm used to going 10-minute rounds, but it's a really good clock. It's got some different places, program what time you want on there, because you can change all this stuff up however you want it. The intervals of the round, the rest periods in between. Some people don't like using it because the learning curve is, it takes some getting used to, put it like that. More of the tenets here. We got some sparring rules and etiquette. So when you're in the gym, make sure you pay attention to those. Our etiquette in a nutshell is touch, tag, bang. You just want to touch. Most of the time in sparring, you start tagging, you start getting a little intense, you start banging. It's really a fight. Ultimate Expression up here. I've got the link there, Facebook and Twitter. It's an old banner. It's my brand. Maybe you're watching this on the Thompson Defense Academy YouTube channel. Also have another YouTube channel, Ultimate Expression, where I do my personal vlogging at. So you can catch me over there doing all types of things centered around your ultimate expression, or my ultimate expression. A little small radio we used to use, more stability balls. Up here we've got the radio, and that's a nice boom box. I mean, it's Bluetooth, it's nice. We got a area over here, kind of a maintenance area where we supply stuff. We used to use this down here to store all the gear. This was my coach's, and I think it was Forza 2.0. I can't remember because it's been a while. Maybe Forza 3.0. But I put this in the back of my Magnum and brought it up here from Russellville because he was finished with it, and I was starting my gym, so passed it on. Over here we got the Triumph United heavy bags. Everybody loves the heavy bags. The kids love the heavy bags. I like the heavy bags. When we first started the gym, I wanted to have like 8 heavy bags right up underneath here. But that's not really practical. We only really needed 2. I like the aesthetics of having a lot of heavy bags because it tells you when you're in here, you're ready to do some business. We have to find a mounting system. We got mounted really well up here. We've been here 10 years, and these mounts have done us really well. Pro mounting systems. Shout out to them. Now, these Triumph United heavy bags are 130 pounds a piece. This bag is set up to get a little bit of sway back and forth. Doesn't drag the mat too much. This one is set up to drag the mat, so when you punch it and you move it around, you You got to put a little bit more energy into it, but it's not going to sway as much as this one over here. So when you get a kick, it's going to get a little sway back and forth. If you kick it a lot, it's going to give you that sway back action. So when I first installed these, I had them probably 2 inches off the mat. And if you got a lot of people in here, they would sway and they would hit each other. There's certain drills that you can do in the back sway, but when you get 130 pounds moving around, you really don't need that much action. I mean, you can use a separate or a lighter back. Little pole here, and some varied stickers of some various brands on here that we use. And the battle ropes. If you watch any other vlogs, you know the story of the battle ropes. Love-hate relationship with those. Resistance bands. They're connected here, so you can kind of get some resistance work. Not high resistance, but kind of if you're doing judo drills, they come in real handy, and come in handy for warm-ups just as well. This is one of the dry erase boards that I'm mounted up. We post some of the curriculum on here. I keep the main 3 movements up here for our jiu-jitsu class, the A1, A2, A3. It's really foundational in a lot of things we do, gives people good movement. But sometimes I would put like the kickboxing notes down here, maybe the combination of the days, so people can come up here and see it. Some students are more visual, they like to see. But it's something that we rarely use now. But I probably need to start using it a little bit more. These mats you see here, the maroon ones, are the original mats when we started 10 years ago. And when we first started, we had the clear tape between the mats. The clear tape done well for a long time. But we moved into the painted tape. The painted tape has done well. This is like probably the 3rd taping we've done on the mats, because they do have seams. I would love to have the Velcro in between, but these do well. There are some places that the tape is just going to keep lifting up, but that's from day in and day out use of rolling over the top of the tape lines, kicking, fighting, what have you, all over the top of the tape lines. The mats are going to take a beating. And poles like this, we had to work around, actually had to cut the mats. The black mats over here are something we added. It may have been 2 or 3 years after we started, but this was all open space and we were trying to decide what to do with it. When we first opened, I wanted to have mats all the way up to the door, within 5 feet of the door, but we couldn't find mats long enough, so I had to get these. But the black mats were the other addition, and I can tell you right now, like the black tape that holds these seams together, it's just, I don't know if it's just made better or the mats are better, but it sticks a whole lot better over here. I think it's just the way the tape is made, because the maroon tape is, the texture of it is just it's just slightly different. Installing the wood border to maintain the mats to keep them from sliding around, it was a fun task for me. It took a while. When we first, I've got some pictures of the gym when we first opened, but I don't know if I have any video or not. But just getting that wood line in the right spot and getting the mats to where they creased in the right spot and they laid flat, because they are curled up when you get them, so you got to get them to lay flat. But I really love these. They're not textured. You don't get a lot of mat burn. So they have done this really well. You see the merch here. This is a reissue of the Generation 2 Ultimate Expression Tee line. And check the show notes if you want one. Pick you up some merch. There's some other good shirts there in the store. A few new releases there. One jiu-jitsu release. Am I saying too much? Leg locker shirt. But check it out. We have some more items coming up in the merch store. I don't really want to get too chatty on a lot of different things, but I thought I'd say a few words. Thompson Defense Academy, we've been here for 10 years. It's been a really great ride so far in the first 10 years of the gym. starting in one spot and having goals to overcome as time went on. There are goals to work for, but they're really goals that you have to overcome as you build and you keep building. Built this facility here, bring people in. One of the main missions me and my sister like to see when students come in is to improve themselves. Overall improvement, not just fighting, but in life in general, is really improving yourself from the inside out. Because there's physical things that you're gonna do, and there's mental things that you're gonna improve in before the physical things start to take over. And you can see that in people in both aspects of the mental and the physical. I've had a lot of people that come back to my sister and tell us, thank you. Maybe they had some type of experience in their life where taking one of our classes has helped them, whether it be just to be alert on the person that was checking them out or following them, or just to have the mindset to be able to move and overcome those obstacles. Maybe it's your schoolwork, maybe it's trouble with the bully, maybe it's something issue or something you had with a family member or a teacher or something like that. Maybe it's a goal where you felt like you were stuck inside a box and you were able to get outside of that box and do the things that you were inspired to do. Maybe you found the purpose in your life. Maybe you understood your purpose a little bit better. Maybe you found success in competition. There's a lot of things that martial arts can teach you, but you don't understand that until you come in and you stay in class. It's just not about showing up a couple of times a week. It's more like getting immersed into it and making it into a lifestyle. Because if you kind of go for a few months, or you go for 6 months, or you go for 2 years and you just kind of drop out, sometimes it's like you give up on yourself. And some people, the hardest thing for them to do is to walk through the door and start. And then the second hardest thing to do is to stay consistent and work towards something. I've seen a lot of people get sidetracked to where they start other things, or they come in and they feel a little bit of confidence and they quit and go about other things and they're back to square one. It's not what we like to see. We like to see moving up and just staying consistent. Being in class, improving. Don't have to compete, but competition is good. I've got some people that can be some fierce competitors. I've had some good competitors in the past and good people in the past, and more good people in the future. So it's, I enjoyed it a lot, and I enjoy gear. Just like giving you guys a tour of the gym, I enjoy gear. So kind of wrapping that up, and I hope you enjoyed the little tour I had here of the gym. If you have any questions, you know the website, you know how to find us. You can call us, you can come by. You're in the Fort Smith area, come by, get some training in, we'll have some fun, we'll have some laughs, and do it all over again. But I appreciate you tuning in. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.